Hey guys, welcome to Cooking Outdoors with Andy. We have something very special today. It is a pressure cooker from Anton. It's called Mengrills, and basically you use this to cook quick and easy meals in the great outdoors. I'm very excited to use this. The construction is pretty good. You got this very nice thick pot that's made of all metal, and it's a pressure cooker, meaning this will be perfect for a stew, which is what we're going to make today. But before we actually use this, we have to clean it and season it. So let's go.
Prior to using your pot, you need to clean it. You'll have to clean it thoroughly with hot water, a scratch-free cleaning pad, and dishwashing soap. You're going to boil half a gallon of water in the pot for 5 to 7 minutes and drain the water and rinse thoroughly. So that's what Andy's going to do now. While we wait for the pot to heat the water, let's talk a little bit more about what exactly this can do. The Mengrills camping pot is a special cooker similar to a pressure cooker, and it greatly decreases the normal cooking time as in a regular pot. So as Andy mentioned, this is going to be really great to cook some stews while we're in the great outdoors. It's sealed with an airtight lid, which allows pressure to build up inside the pot. The seal prevents the steam from escaping, thus requiring less liquid to cook your food, shortening the cooking time, and without losing any valuable nutritions or flavors.
All right, finally the water boiled. I just poured it out, cleaned it up, and now we're going to season the pot. And coincidentally, this will also be the first thing that we do to make our beef stew. I'm gonna chop up an onion, toss some olive oil in here, and just allow it to come up and fry the onions a little bit. That will do the purpose of actually seasoning the pot and also getting our onions nice and caramelized for the actual stew.
If you like our content and you want to see more travel vlogs and gear reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give us a big thumbs up on this video and hit that bell to get notified of all of our future videos.
Generous amount of oil, and now we let that come up to temperature and toss the onions in. So I think we've got like maybe 5 to 10 minutes to wait. In the meantime, we're also going to season the meat and let it just sit there and not so much marinate, but just have it ready to go. So I got a bunch of beef here. It's chuck and it's diced up into little bits, and all I'm gonna do is put salt and pepper on it. Cool, that's it.
So for those of you who are not going to be cooking with onions, you do still need an onion when you're going to season your pan. You have to season it with the olive oil and the onion. And once it actually does get up to temperature, we're going to throw the lid on there and we're going to swoosh the oil around so that it gets the whole inner pan. And that's really what's going to season it and make sure that it's ready for you to use when you want to cook.
So because we are going to be pressure cooking this thing, we cannot do it on a fire that is this hot. But I do need a pretty hot fire in order to sear the meat. So I'm gonna do it in a pan over the campfire. So this step is 100% optional. I just like doing it because we both love a sear on our meat. Okay, so in order to get the oil all the way around, I put on my gloves and I'm now swiveling the onion and oil mixture all around the pot, coating every single inch. Okay.
I think the pot is seasoned and ready to cook.
We can smell the onions already. So the initial kind of impression of the pot, it definitely holds heat well. So I'm excited to see what type of stew we can get out of this. All right, so I'm gonna pour everything in, and there is one extremely important bit. You cannot fill this to the brim. 2/3 full at most. So I will pour all of our food in and then adjust the liquid I put in to 2/3 full. I'm always being told to eat my vegetables. So we got some carrots that will go in there. And, oh, apparently a little bit of carrot water as well. And beef broth. 2/3 full. Oh, apparently one of these things. That's actually very convenient. A whole one.
Okay, what are the next steps here, Andy?
The next step now is to put the lid on, tighten it, but not too tight, and then wait. That's pretty much it.
It will also be really important to check all of the pressure valves and make sure they're working. Pressure cookers basically build up pressure, and if they don't have a release valve, well, that could be very dangerous. So what we have done prior to actually using this pot is we have triple checked all of the release valves to make sure that they're all working as expected.
According to the instructions, you don't need to tighten it overly tight. So, you know, I got it relatively tight. You'll seal some of the pressure in, and now we wait.
How many minutes?
The instruction says anything from 30 to 90 minutes. I feel like this might be require a little bit more because the fire is not that hot. But we'll come check back in about an hour and see what it's like.
All right, what's happening?
The propane was a little slow and we're getting hungry, so over the fire. I think it's happening, guys. I think it's happening. Give it a few more minutes. I think it's gonna start to whistle. All right, well, we've definitely got things boiling inside, so maybe we should open it and see what's going on. If you've never used a pressure cooker, always release the heat, the pressure. We're gonna do this until it stops, and then we can open it.
Unlike a traditional pressure cooker though, you are not supposed to put this one under cold water to release the pressure because it will warp the metal. So instead what we're doing is using the pressure release valves to make sure that the pressure is released, and we're actually gonna let it sit for a few minutes as well before we even try to open it.
As you can see, the steam is dying down. And it's pretty much released. So like Tia said, we're gonna let it sit for a little bit before we try to open it. All right, Tia, what are you doing?
I'm going to open the pot to see if our dinner is ready. So,
Come on, come on.
wow!
I think it needs a little bit more time. It's not very stewy yet.
We
Thoughts?
should maybe stir it.
Okay. Not enough time, I don't think.
No, the potatoes are not cooked yet.
Not quite yet?
Nope. It smells delicious though.
Why don't you like taste the liquid to see whether or not it's...
We'll probably want some salt and pepper.
So this thing has been on here for approximately an hour and a half, so about 90 minutes. Not to count the about half an hour we had it on that, but I think it's pretty much ready to go. Tia is taste testing as we speak. I'm pulling it off, and then we're gonna put some onto our plates, bowls. Like I said, this is probably the most unprepared we've ever been to a trip. We decided to make a soupy thing and didn't bring a ladle.
But this pot made it super easy because look how delicious this looks. It's like a real beef and potato stew. Oh my God, so excited.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this thing and scoop out all the goodies, and then I'll just pour some of the broth in.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Okay.
Look at that stew. It smells like a beef stew. It literally smells like a delicious beef stew, guys. Oh my God, so excited. Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. This is, first of all, that is looking delicious. The potatoes cooked right through.
How is it? Oh my God, is it that good?
It's kind of chilly, so this is like hitting the spot so hard. Very impressed with this pot.
The Mengrills?
The Mengrills.
Is it going to become a staple camping piece?
Maybe not on every trip. It is kind of heavy for backcountry camping, but if we're going glamping, this is fantastic. So I'm at I'm on my second bowl, and honestly, we're losing daylight, so let's do a wrap up. Thank you, Anton, for sending the Mengrills to us. It's an amazing outdoor pressure cooker, just pot in general. We definitely will be taking this on our camping trips when we have the luxury to just sit around by our fire. The stew, after just about 2 hours, came out to be amazing, and the ingredients are so simple. Salt and pepper is all the seasoning we put, beef broth, the chunks of beef itself, potatoes and carrots. That was it. You basically set it and forget it. So I'm excited to see what else I can put in here. Maybe some pho, the way that we've cooked it up here. I don't know, that would be an amazing outdoor meal. If you like our content, please subscribe and hit that big red subscribe button. And if you're interested in the pot itself, make sure to check in the description below. We have all the information you need to order one for yourself. Highly recommended. It is an amazing pot. Easy to store, easy to take care of, easy to season. Just amazing all around. Check it out.